I'm going to show you how I make my trail shoes almost last forever. In the bottom of my soles, what I do is I put these hex head screws. You can see them there. And I'm just about done putting a new set of screws. You can see where my old screws are there. You can see where I used to wear out the tread in the middle in the mid-foot strike area. And once I figured out that if I put some screws in my shoes, they actually last like forever, meaning these shoes are 10 years old and they're still going because I run either on soft surfaces or I tow a tire with a backpack. And when I'm towing the tire, the shoes get torn up. I would destroy $200 boots before I figured this out. And what I do is I simply screw these hex head screws in there. Let me show you the box. I just got it at Ace Hardware, but you can get them on the link below. And they're only 3/8 inch long. Let me show you how small these things are. They're not as big as that picture shows. And these things, literally these hex head screws screwed into the bottom of my shoes have kept my trail runners going forever. Now, eventually the foam's going to fail, but because I'm using these to tow and on trails, I really don't have problems compared to my ASIC Kayano 26 or 27 or wherever the latest incarnation is. I gotta buy those $150 bad boys every year, but these trail runners have literally lasted a decade from walking on ice, and that's my original idea, is to put hex head screws in these because I don't want to slip on the ice. But what I discovered is the tread just lasts forever because the screws wear down. Let me show you the pile of screws here. If you look at the heads of those screws, they're completely worn out. I mean, look at this one here. There is nothing left of the head of that screw, and it's a little bit painful to get out, so the screw actually wears down. Now, of course, you want to make sure when you screw these in, don't overdrive them because you'll just tear off the rubber. Because you'll just... Don't overdrive them because you'll just tear off the rubber. But I just literally put these bad boys in here, use my nut driver, and just drive those in just so they seat. And then that's it. No more than that. And it doesn't tear out the rubber, doesn't tear out the foam. And it works super good. So that's how I make my trail runners last super long. And they become great ice screw shoes. They're ultra light. They're not like micro spikes or crampons. They simply become part of the shoe. And even those little slip-on jobs with a couple of screws that you can buy, those are okay. But these are my dedicated ice shoes. And man, they work incredibly well, even on glare ice and black ice. So highly recommended to make your trail runners last ostensibly forever. But you cannot use them on linoleum. Don't walk on tile. Don't walk in your house with these. Don't step in your car because these will shred the trail or the entrance to your car. Tile is incredibly slippery with these. It's dangerous. So these are outdoor only shoes, and do be aware of that. So definitely be safe out there. But this method totally works. Simple, cheap, like $4.59 at Ace Hardware to make my $100 plus shoes last forever.